right, guys, what is up? We are back with the S6 today. We're gonna get started. I said in the last video, I'm still waiting on that T55 to get that torque converter off the back, but I'm gonna start on some of the easier stuff that we can do with the engine kind of positioned on this tire. I'm gonna start. We're gonna get these SIE secondary air injection modules off of the back of here. I already got the pump out of the car, but we're gonna pull those off because I am gonna be doing the delete on this thing, just because I have the engine out, and something in that system is bound to go bad at some point. So in my opinion, I'm just gonna delete it from the ECU, and then shouldn't have to worry about that ever again. So it's 5mm Allen on both sides. So I'm just gonna pull those off real quick and we'll take a look at them. So I pulled off the throttle body, and you get a straight shot to the inside of that intake. Pretty cool. You can just look right inside. I think I'm definitely gonna pull this thing off and clean it. It's not too bad. Nothing clogged up like some of the newer Audi motors can get, but we're still gonna pull that off because I might want to change the color of it. I might leave it the same. I don't know. That's all aesthetic stuff that can be done later. But let's get these off of here and we'll take a look and see what they're looking like. All right, so those popped off like really easy. There's just 3 bolts on each of them. You can see how crusty they are. This is a good representation of how pretty much the entire engine bay is, just oxidized. So although these are going away, I'd like to clean up a lot of the engine. This is the pump, the master pump itself. All of this combined is pretty heavy. You get, I guess, make yourself feel better, a little bit of weight reduction by pulling all that off. But yeah, it clears up the back too. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on back here. One less hose and one less thing on the back of the engine. I'm gonna have to order 034 Motorsports makes a block off plate, and so does JHM. I think 034 Motorsports one looks cool, even though you'll never ever see that. But I'm gonna get that ordered, and that'll look pretty good on the back of the car. I think next I'm gonna pull out all of these coil packs and the spark plugs for 2 reasons. One, it'll make it a lot easier to turn the engine over when I disassemble the whole timing in the front of the engine. And 2, I want to pull off these valve covers and get them cleaned up because they're probably the most unsightly piece of the engine right now. They look awful. But yeah, let's get all those pulled out and we'll see where we can go from there. All right, coil bolts have been taken out. Just gonna see if these slide out. Oh yeah. Yep, that is disgusting. Can't really see. I'm gonna click this off and turn the flash on. There we go. Yeah, lots of leakage. Some remnants of what the valve cover used to look like. These don't look too bad. There's not really too much oil down in there either, which is nice. Those spark plugs look pretty cool from the top. Yeah. These are a little bit shorter than I expected. Ones for the 2.0 are a little bit longer, but yeah, there it is. All right, I'm just gonna get out all these mini torques and this valve cover should pop off. All right, so I popped out all these. These are the really cool bolts that stay inside the valve cover when you can't loosen them out and pull them out the whole way, which that's really good for bolt management. I'm not gonna end up losing any of those, hopefully. But I'm gonna see if we can slide the screwdriver in here and give this thing a little bit of a pop up. Might have to turn the camera off. So I got it to pop out a little bit. It's starting to leak oil down the side just because, if you can see, the engine is like really tilted right now until we get it on the stand. But I think it's gonna come off here. Just needs a little bit of help along these edges. Yep, here it comes. You can see it's starting to drip the oil out there. It's coming off. This gasket had to have been old. It's pretty much welded it to the, here we go. Oh, well, forgot to get that. We'll have to get some tin snips and snip that one time. hose clamp off of there. All right, destroyed that. Obviously, those always get destroyed when you pull them off, but I think about to pull it off here. See if I can not drop it on the floor. Oh man. All right, we got it off. I had to sit the camera down for a second. Let's sit this down on the parts table. Oh, it is disgusting. So filthy. But I got a quick glimpse. The inside of this looks really good from what I can tell. It looks like there is a little bit of buildup. Nothing a few oil changes couldn't fix. It does kind of have that like yellow tint. I don't know if that's the color it's supposed to be. It does kind of seem like it, but I'll get the light turned on and we'll kind of examine things a little closer. All right, so there it is with the flash on. It does seem like it's starting to kind of sludge up a little bit down there. Nothing too crazy. The camshafts do seem a little bit, I don't know, that wearing right there kind of seems abnormal. But other than that, everything seems pretty good. Lots of tension on this chain back here still. That's good. All right, well, that's good, just like I hoped. I was just hoping we weren't gonna have massive piles of sludge in here. So now I'm working on trying to get, we're moving on to the intake manifold. I got all the injector wires off the injectors. I'm gonna start pulling the bolts out, but I wanna vacuum first because it seems, I think some kind of animal probably left some of their food behind in here. I don't want any of that getting down in the engine, so I'm gonna do my best to get all of this out of here. I really don't think I'm gonna be able to pull the manifold up and off without some of that getting down in there, so I'm gonna do my best. I'm sure underneath this manifold there's probably a nice mess too, so that's why I'm doing all this. I just want this engine to look good. A lot better. You can actually see the bottom. I mean, if worse comes to worse and we gotta pull the heads off and get all the crap out, we will, but just trying my best to prevent that. You can see the other side filled up with like nuts, acorns. Animals definitely made a home in this car. That's what I said. I'm pretty sure it sat in the woods or near the woods, because that's definitely some animal stuff. All right, so I just got all the bolts out of there. You can see it's kind of loose. I'm gonna turn the camera off because I really don't want to mess this up, get anything down in there. So I'm just gonna kind of break it loose on all the sides. Just give it a couple taps and we should be able to just pull it straight up out of there. All right, so we pulled it out. Man, yeah, what a mess. I'm probably gonna have to pull these heads off now. I think, judging by that, a bunch of stuff flew in there. This side, not so much, but obviously some of the valves were still open. So I don't know, but this obviously is gonna need all cleaned out regardless. But here's the beast over here. I'm an intake manifold. Gonna get this thing all cleaned up as well. You can see you got the injectors still in there. Actually, it's pretty easy to get that out of there. A lot easier than I thought. But there it is. Pretty much stripped down at this point, except for the heads. The heads are still on there. I don't know. It's a good chance I might pull the heads off just to double check and make sure that's really bad. I mean, I tried to sweep up as much as I could, but as you can see along there, I was bound to get something in there. That's not good. So we'll probably be pulling these off. it'll be nice. It looks like, surprisingly, there's a decent bit of carbon buildup in there. So we could get that cleaned out as well. Valves look nice though. There's not too much carbon buildup on there, which is awesome. But yeah, guys, I think that's going to be it for today's video. I'll get this edited and uploaded and everything, and by the time we start working on the next video, I'll probably have those heads pulled off. This project's really moving along. Gotta get the torque converter off still. Then we can get the engine up on the stand, and we'll be able to get a better look at everything. Everything's kind of looking trashy right now, just sitting on the tire. But yeah, I didn't have a T55. I don't know why they use that big of a bolt back there. It's a pretty uncommon torque size. None of the kits, I have 2 kits at the house here, and none of them have a T55, but whatever. I mean, we got a lot of work done while waiting for that. Pretty much have the whole top of this engine tore out. Just gonna get the heads off and just have the bottom end at that point. Yeah, that's pretty much it for today's video, guys. Got a lot of cleaning ahead of us, a lot of fine tuning, making sure everything's perfect, because the engine's pretty much going to be torn down as much as it can be. It's going to be split up into all of its little pieces and stuff. But if you enjoy the video today, guys, you enjoy the other videos, make sure you subscribe, and I will talk to you guys later.